Let me ask you something. What's the downside to waiting at this point?
At this point, no, there is not a downside. It's just I can't get any information as to when, where, or how.
Hey, why not contact the manufacturer and see if the order's actually in, see what the actual delay is, ask them for the order information. Have them at least prove to you they ordered it.
Well, that's a good idea.
Damn right it is.
Who is the... well, let me ask you, Glenn. Who is the manufacturer?
This basically Winchester Industries.
Do you know where they are?
I have no idea. And basically what I ordered was a single door. It's called a Classic C20 front entry 40 by 80.
They're in Salzburg, Pennsylvania, and I got their phone number here. Call them up, give them your address, or give them whatever you have from the people that sold it to you, and see if anything's in the works. See if they have any back order issues.
Winchester Industries. It says a manufacturing organization, but they said...
windows, entries, doors, patio doors. This is definitely them.
Where is it, Mark?
What is the
Pennsylvania.
phone number?
724-639.
Whoa.
Well, okay.
39.
3551. 724-639-3551.
Yeah.
I'd ask them, say, hey, I bought it through this company out here in Colorado, and it's been 6 months. They're telling me you guys can't get it built because there's some kind of issue. What's really going on, and when's it going to be ready?
You know, there are a lot of Winchester Industries, by the way. Mark, which one did you, well, why did you know there's way more than one?
Well, I hit this one because all they seem to do is entry doors and windows and patterning.
Well, there's one right here in Colorado, too.
I didn't see that.
Well, that's what they say. Winchester,
maybe they just sell their products.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it is this in Pennsylvania, the one you're looking at?
Yep, Leach Avenue, Salzburg.
Yep, that's it. Okay. So, man, that's the best. Just call them and say you ordered something, and then give the name of the industry or the name of the company here and see if they can match it up. At least do some digging. And if you should always pay by credit card, by the way.
Hey, Colorado. Dan Cicchini, Dunright Kitchens, Baths, Windows, and...
All right, now hit offline, and you can hear Tom with us, too. Yep, there you go. And put your headphones on. It's just like he's in the room. Except you don't have the smell.
Mark.
That was funny as hell. What happened? Did we crash?
We must have.
Someone just emailed me. YouTube's down.
It's back on now. Joe was making me hungry with all his food talk.
I know. I know.
Gee whiz.
That's what I wanted to hit a Mexican place today and get that big bowl of stuff and fajitas.
I love that stuff.
Yeah. Huge, but can't do that today.
You can't do it? Yeah.
No.
We can. He just doesn't want to.
Nope.
Why not?
Well, because we're going to go to yoga.
Joe, did you hear me? I said we could skip yoga. I'll just work.
There you go. I mean, I love yoga, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you go a lot?
I do my own routine.
Okay.
I took a lot of classes from...
so you do it at home?
Yes.
Do you have heat where you can do it? Because that's what I would miss, doing it at home. No heat.
I don't use heat. You know, I do the Hatha yoga, which is more for health.
Yep.
And stretching and all that.
I read about Hatha yoga. Read a whole book on it.
How do you spell that? What is it?
H-A-T-H-A.
Oh, okay. Hatha.
Yeah. Hatha. Is that's where you're more focusing on like the yin and the yang of it, right?
That is right.
You do the hard pose and then an easy pose to recover, then a hard pose and then an easy pose. Correct, Joe?
That is right. And then you have the breathing exercises and all that. Yeah.
What's like? Give me a pose you would do, like tree.
Like the tree or the snake.
Okay.
Or the boat.
The tree would be a recovery pose, though, right? And then something
what's
like
a hard one?
Dancer.
Well, to me, I actually do the salutation to the sun.
Yep.
Which is really kind of a Amazing.
Did you ever do the humping dog?
Every night. No, just kidding. Oh, my God. Is that yoga? But that's not hatha yoga.
Tommy.
I'm looking up this, so salutation to the sun.
Yeah, salutation
Yeah,
to the
I
sun.
think it's like mountain pose, then back bend, and forward fold.
It's several poses
Sunny.
into one.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to start the day with that.
So we probably do everything he does.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Just in a
Without
different.
the heat.
Yeah, but yeah.
I don't like the heat. I do running every day.
So do I. And then we do sort of the Brickham style and then the vinyasa flow.
Oh,
and that one that Tom mentioned, we do a lot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there you go. Yeah. That keeps you young.
Yeah, it'll get the lady that we have today. Actually, I think it's who's the one that's the hottest, the older lady.
That's the 3:30 we're skipping, Nancy.
Holy shit, man. This lady, it's well over 100. I don't even know how hot it is in there.
Like 102.
And then the
something.
humidity, though, it makes it feel like it's 120.
I tried that before with my daughter, and I'm not kidding you at all. I perspire like almost like a gallon of perspiration.
Oh, yeah, everybody does.
Easily, man, easily.
Yeah.
You sweat out everything.
Everything.
Which is kind of good.
It is.
Actually, Suzanne said, like, she goes, like, the day after Thanksgiving, and she said, like, you literally smell Thanksgiving dinner everywhere.
Oh, I believe it.
That's kind of disgusting, isn't it?
It is, in a way. It is.
There's some weird yoga shit out there.
I know they are.
How
But they're
about
good,
those?
though.
Remember that one in Arizona not long ago? It wasn't yoga, but they were charging
or
yeah.
something.
crazy amounts of money to put them in the hot tent.
Yes.
And they died.
I know.
They killed like 10
I know.
people.
Wasn't that Tony Robbins that did that?
I don't know who
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
But they would be like, all right, we guarantee you're going to lose weight. Well, no
Well,
shit.
of course. I mean, then you die.
140 degrees
know.
in the middle of the desert with no water. You're gonna wither down in about 3 days.
Oh, absolutely.
God. I don't mind saunas, but I don't know about those infrared ones. I like the
don't
old
like them.
school. You pour water on the rocks.
Those are
and
the dry saunas.
the dry
and the
sauna.
infrared's supposed to be great.
And I love the steam too.
Love
Yeah.
The steam and the dry saunas.
Do you have a hot tub?
No, I don't.
We use ours all the time. We've had a hot tub for coming up on 10 years. A lot of people buy them and then they never use them.
Right.
We use it constantly.
That's good.
Yeah. The winter's the best.
Yeah, we'll go to the rec center and get in there.
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name? Oh, you don't tell me. You're going to tell Tom. Did you talk to them? Okay.
Here it is. Self-help guru sweat lodge.
Oh, okay.
Ceremony
well, you might have
turns
ruffled some
deadly.
feathers with that
Oh,
one,
yeah.
so that's good.
2 people died, 12 were hospitalized, and almost died.
Yeah. I remember that really well.
They paid $9,000 to go to the retreat in Sedona.
Yep.
You imagine paying $9,000 to go sit in a hot tent? God, we're missing a
wouldn't
lot
do
of
it.
business.
I know.
It's crazy. How do you find the
Let's
people
tell
that pay
Tom
it?
that. That's then ridiculous. Let's tell Tom. Hang on.
What is it, Suzanne? That sounded juicy.
Well, he called the manufacturer.
Oh, and what'd they say? Nothing?
They said that's a standard door. He goes, we only go by a
#1 internet car dealer, and they have the most value for trade-ins. Huge end-of-year sale happening right now. Find your next vehicle at thesharpestrides.com.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
This is Super Shoe producer Ryan Schuling. From the topical to the irreverent, the serious to the sublime, where libertarians and conservatives meet. Join us weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. right here on 630 KHOW.
Yeah.
help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Denver Regenerative Medicine, real stem cell therapy. And I urge you to call to talk to a stem cell doc that's been doing it for 10 years. They want to be straight with you on what they can fix and what they can and what they can help you with. You talk about your condition. You have an exclusive chat with them, a doctor on the phone, and that could be an alternative to painful surgery, joint replacements, or whatever. So Denver Regenerative, real stem cell therapy, 833-STEM-GEN, 833-STEM-GEN, or denverregen.com. Okay. Now, Glenn called us because he was frustrated. He said, Ameritech, Scott and Brian Brill, were going to do a front door for him. He contracted with them and paid him $31.50 up front with the promise of having a door eventually. And they gave the outside of how many days, whatever, 180 or whatever?
90 to 180.
90 to 180. It still has not been delivered. He called them on December 6th, which would have been the 180th day, and they said no refunds. Deputy Doc called, and they said, look, when we did this in-home sale, he got that 72-hour right to rescind, but now it's a custom door. It's 90% done. We're not giving a refund. So, Glenn, we recommended that you call the manufacturer, Winchester Industries. And what did you find out, Glenn?
What I found out was they told me that what I ordered, the single door classic C20 front entry, 40 by 80, with the glass panels, rain glass, 12 by 80 on each side of that door, were pretty much standard. It's not a fancy door that has to be custom made. They make that door quite a bit. And he said that he was going to contact his rep, I guess, locally in Colorado, and see if he can't get Ameritech to give me a call to let me know what's going on. But they also do not do anything by name. It's all done.
Is it back ordered, or can you buy one right now? Let's get to that.
From Winchester, I didn't ask that question.
Well, Glenn, that would be the logical question. Are they back ordered? If you asked him, here's what I would ask. Call back and say, listen, these people at Ameritech said or took my order back in June, and they said it's still not done. Could that take that long? Would you let us know? And then what we'll do is we'll act accordingly with Ameritech.
Yeah, but I thought Glenn, didn't he tell you could get that? That's an everyday door.
But he didn't say okay. But being an everyday door doesn't mean it's in stock or ready to ship.
Well,
they could still have excess orders. So ask him what the lead time. Ask him if it's possible that you ordered and paid a down payment in June, that it's still not done yet. Ask him that. Just be right out and ask him, and come back and let us know. We really want to know that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, we have Joe Chiano with us, Become the Banker. Actually, it's really mymoneymyway.com, because Become the Banker is just one of the elements. The other one is an annuity. Now, folks, this is basically, Joe, I want to sum up an annuity. You tell me if it's right.
Okay.
The new modern good annuities are where you put money in and you have growth, and it ratchets up, and you participate in the growth along with the investor, but you don't participate in any of the losses, and eventually the money that accumulates becomes income to you. Is that a good basic explanation?
That is right, Tom. And the key is, that some annuities are very, very difficult to understand. There's a lot of moving parts to it. Some annuities.
But with the part about the ratcheting up, you can participate up to a certain percentage, and different annuities have a different percentage. For example, you can participate up to 6%. But the rest of it goes to the insurance company. Or you can participate up to 6.5%. What are the participation rates usually?
Yeah, normally it could be from 4% all the way to 100%. It's just depending on the index. It's what they call a fixed indexed annuity. They're measuring the growth of the S&P 500, the Dow Jones.
I understand, but in order to be insulated from loss, don't they limit your upside so they can insulate you from the downside?
That is right. And that's why they call it a fixed or guaranteed indexed annuity.
So it can be up to 6, 7, 8%. What's the highest you've seen them go?
8%. Actually, there's no ceiling on some of the indexes have absolutely no ceiling. That means that you can participate at 100% participation rate. The Barclays Index is one of them. So that means
then how do they make money? If you make 100% of what they make, how do they make money?
Because, see, what they do, Tom, on the Barclays, for example, they actually measure that index every 2 years, while they measure the S&P 500 every year. So they're not paying you on the Barclays 100% every single year. They're checking on that every 2 years. So the company's making money.
Okay. And are you guaranteed on that Barclays? Are you guaranteed no downside?
Absolutely. The whole annuity is guaranteed to grow when the index grows to a certain percentage, or if they choose the Barclays, there's no limit, but they are protected. You will be protected against market downturns. And this is really what people want today. They want to save money.
But when it ratchets up, you get to keep what you've made, and you don't lose.
That is right.
But so the least you'll do is 0%.
And that becomes like a hero. Zero becomes a hero, basically.
Right, rather than a loss.
That's right.
Because you got to keep all your gains. But what about, let's talk about this other thing. Are there any guaranteed returns? Not guaranteed participation, but guaranteed returns.
Absolutely. The annuity has what they call a surrender period. Every annuity has one. And if the client keeps the annuity for the surrender period, then they can get a guaranteed, and listen to the word carefully, guaranteed income for the rest of their lives. And
no, I'm not talking about the income. I'm talking about growth. Are there any annuities that have guaranteed growth?
Yes, there's some annuities, what they call just a plain fixed annuity, not a fixed indexed annuity that will give you almost like a money market rate, like maybe 2 or 3% guarantee for life.
So it's better not to get the guarantee because you have a better you have a better chance of making more money without the guarantee, almost, don't you?
Exactly. This is what people want to be able to participate when the market goes up, but be protected when the market goes down. And that's what a fixed index annuity is.
And also, don't some guarantee a cost of living allowance?
But we're not talking about the income yet, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So on the investment part, you invest money, and then it can go up to a certain rate. You go up to a certain participation rate, but it will not come. But the money you've made will be locked in.
That is
right. And
right.
You won't lose. Now, the worst you can do is 0%, but you won't lose anything you've made.
That is right.
And then, but there's always an incentive because a company's not going to make any money if they don't keep making money. So they have incentive to make you money because they make more money. So even though it's not guaranteed, the greed of the financial system is your guarantee because they're going to want to make as much as they can, and you participate in that, right?
Absolutely. See,
and if they make a mistake or the market goes down, you're not going to lose everything you just earned.
That's right.
Okay, now the next thing then. The next thing. What about these? Then then eventually you build up money, and then you say, okay, now I'm going to start my income stream. And that income is calculated on the day that you turn it on?
That is right.
And it's guaranteed for life?
For the rest of your life.
Okay. And then to Doc's point, do all of them have a cost of living increase?
No, some annuities don't have that. You can actually get that. It's what they call a rider or an attachment to the annuity.
Now, do you sacrifice return? I was told you always sacrifice return for all these little bells and whistles.
You do have to pay for the rider. That's what you sacrifice. You're not going to sacrifice the growth or the protection of the market. You are going to...
But what do you like? What would you pay for a cost of living rider?
Well, the annuities that we have are less than 1% fees. And with a 1% fee, you're going to get the bonus, number one. You're going to get that guaranteed income for the rest of your life. You're going to get long-term care benefits, and you're also going to get a death benefit. And if you want to add a cost of living increase on that income stream, then you have to pay an additional fee, which is about 1%, to give you that guaranteed inflation rider.
Okay, so that would be a total of 2% in fees. And is that 2% a year or 2% up front?
No, 2% per year on the account value, Tom.
Okay. Now, we have more coming up. If you have any questions, Joe's an open book, and he's with mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
You know, one thing we talk about here a lot is your estate. And I have to recommend someone who you can call and ask your questions and hire and be assured you'll get the right estate planning, asset protection, lawsuit prevention, and that is the McKenzie law firm, Dan McKenzie. Attorney Dan McKenzie will do your wills or trusts or powers of attorney, medical directives, beneficiaries' deeds, payable on death accounts, whatever it is. Plans to avoid probate, whatever you need, 833-CO-PLANS. That stands for Colorado. 833-CO-PLANS. The website, coplans.co. coplans.co. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, the man that you want on your side when it comes to buying or selling real estate. He has a team for each one, and they're all under Team Duran at RE/MAX Alliance. 303-920-1622. Here's what Frank is doing right now. He's doing market analysis for people on what their house will sell for and then what they can buy, whether it's here in Denver or somewhere else. He'll do a market analysis to show you your house in your neighborhood and comparables to it and what they're selling for based on his vast experience. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. 303-920-1622.
Do you feel
at first, though, it was a short nonsense poem. It was published in 1895.
Yeah. Right. She's just like you guys. Tom has built, and you and Tom have really built a legacy here as a referral list. You know, the people trust, people come to you with problems. Okay, so you're the purple cow. I knew that troubleshooter back in Colorado Springs. He's one of my students. He was one of my students. There's a troubleshooter over there too. I can't think of his name right now, but he's one of my students because he had a life license and he used to come and get CE credits, and he asked me to come to his radio show, but then he had a heart attack and something happened that he just gave it up. But of all the consumers, they believe on you guys. I mean, I really believe that. I mean, it's the leads that we've been getting from the show, they're followers.
Yeah, of course.
You are the purple cow on that, see. We are the purple cow in financial planning because we don't lose any money. See, we're not dealing with Fidelity Investments. We're not dealing with Charles Schwab. We're not dealing with T. Rowe Price. We're dealing with guarantees, Mark. That's what sets us apart. And if you really, I mean,
you don't have one product tied to the stock market.
No, none. And it just, I mean, you have no idea. You have no idea the pain that I see, or when the phone calls come in that they have lost money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pain, especially people that are in their late
or they're
50s.
getting ready to retire. Yeah.
Yeah. They just can't. And this is, and again, if you're in the stock market, you're making money even if the client loses money.
Hey, Joe. Joe?
I mean, what kind of values are those? I mean, I'm not going to, you know what? That's what made me not do this anymore.
Mark?
With the stock market.
Yeah, I got
you. Mark? Have Joe put his headphones on.
Put your headphones.
Tom's.
Joe?
Go ahead, Thomas.
Joe?
He's hearing you.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hit the offline.
Go ahead.
Joe.
Yeah.
What do you think of a plan if you had a lot of money, splitting it up into two annuities, one that you let fester for 10 or 12 years, and the other one you leave growing, but you leave it so if you need to take a distribution of 10% or up to 10%, you take it from that one, and you leave one alone for 10 to 12 years, and the other one you use as an emergency. So you do two. What do you think of that plan?
I think that's okay.
I'm talking about for older people.
Right. Yeah, I really believe that that's good. I mean, on a way that's good, Tom, but it will depend on the client's needs, right? Do they need an emergency fund right now?
No, what I mean is, hold on. What I mean is this, is that it's not an emergency fund, but if they need some extra income over the next 10 years, they can take it from that one. But I'm just wondering the wisdom of splitting the lump sum in half and doing one that you can draw from if you need it, and the other one you leave alone. And they're two kind of different animals, but what I want to know is the wisdom there, or putting it all into one, you can still take up to 10%.
That's right.
Like, would it mathematically come out the same if it's all one?
Yeah, absolutely. You see, if you put the entire lump sum of money into one annuity, you have liquidity beginning the second year with our annuities, up to 10% of whatever the account value is you can take out.
Well, I understand that. But is there any benefit to having two of them at all?
But it would equal the same. He's saying it would equal the same amount of money. 10% of a million in 10% of a million is
podcast or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 K-How.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Now, here's the deal. When it comes to financial planning, really quickly, I want to mention this. Here's the most difficult part. And Joe, I'm including you in the conversation because I've known you for many, many years, and I trust you.
Thank you.
But at the same time, and Joe, I hope you take this in the right vein. I trust more than one person in my life with different things. But here's the thing. If you have two financial planners that you trust, or three, if they truly are completely credible and trustworthy, do they all have the same product? Or would one of them actually say, you know what, that product that Joe has is better than the one I have? Or would they say, Tom, really, it's the same, whoever you want to deal with, but most annuities carry the same. In other words, there's no magic annuity that just I have. Or Joe, that's what I'm getting at.
Well, it depends.
Does it boil down to who you're dealing with, or does it boil down, does everyone have access to the same type of product?
They do. Yeah, I think all financial planners will have access to the same products.
So there is no magic secret annuity.
No.
This one gives you this bonus, and no one else is going to tell you about it.
That is right. However, though, where the difference comes in, Tom, is on the financial planner. You have to have a financial planner that is ethical, that really believes in the well-being of the client, somebody who's educated, and be able to actually tailor the product to the client. Now, there's some financial planners, and I hate to say this, but I mean, there are some financial planners that will choose a product over another product just so they can make more income themselves and not as much income for the client. And I see.
So
that
if I
many
showed
times.
you, Joe, and I told you this before, and I've told people that I believe in what you do. If I showed you something and you didn't have something to match it, would you tell me?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I will. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that we've been in business for 50 years, Tom. We're a Colorado-based company, family-owned, and we care about clients. We haven't had one complaint.
Okay.
In 50
I believe
years.
you. I believe you, by the way, and that's good to know. Okay. Joe Chiano is mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600. I want to go back to Glenn because Glenn is being told by this company in the Boulder, I think he said Ameritech was up in the Boulder area, Brian and Scott and Brian Brill, Brill, and they took $3,100 from him June 6th and said, your door's not ready yet. It's been 180 days. I mean, come on, man. He's saying you can't, it's been 6 months. You don't have my door yet? And they told Deputy Doc it's custom. It's 90% done, but, you can't get out of it because it's custom. Well, we already found that to be a lie because the manufacturer that they use at Ameritech, the manufacturer is Winchester. Winchester Industries says that's not custom. We make that door all the time. But then the next question, is it reasonable that someone could put in an order in June and still not have it? I asked Glenn to ask them. What did they say, Glenn?
Well, it comes right down to it. The size of the door, when I told the gentleman at Winchester it's a 40 by 80 door, and he went, oh, there's the problem.
Oh, what did he say?
He said standard doors are 36 inches.
Okay, so wait a minute. So hold on. So it is a custom door.
Evidently.
Okay. Man, hold on now. We just went off saying it wasn't custom based on what you told us on their last phone call. What changed?
Well, I just thought 40 by 80 was a standard opening door.
I didn't ask that. You said that you told them the order number and the size.
No, he
and
didn't. He didn't have the order number. He didn't have any of that.
But
he
but
just
Mark,
assumed it was.
Bring up the last phone call because he mentioned the measurements in that last phone call.
Yes, and he happened to think that was standard. He didn't mention it to that company the first time we called.
But I thought the company told him didn't you quote the company as saying, I quote, we make that door all the time?
Yes, they do. 36 inch by 80 inch.
But yours is 40.
Right.
Okay.
Well, how long did they say typically that would take to build then? Did you ask that?
I did, and they said this gentleman told me that they have probably been in touch with Ameritech because they have to go to a different manufacturer to get 40-inch wide.
Okay, hold on.
So I don't know what.
Wow.
Wait. This Winchester Industries told you that they told Ameritech to go somewhere else.
No. No.
Well, that's what you just said. We both heard that.
See, Mark, you can't go by what he just said because he changes what he says. So explain to me what the man said at the manufacturer. Did he say he's been in touch with Ameritech?
He has been in touch with one of his reps that is local and having his rep call Ameritech to let us know what is going on with that door.
And what is going on with that door?
The gentleman at Winchester said that because of the measurement of the 40 inches wide, he said, I can guarantee you that our company has been in touch with Ameritech, letting them know that we're going to have a problem getting that door.
Okay. In other words, did you say anything about that maybe Ameritech has to go somewhere else to get the door made?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So now what does that mean, having a problem? Did the manufacturer think? Because Ameritech probably is telling the truth now about the supply chain and about the door size. So
but it's still been 6 months no matter what.
No, but here's the real point. If they haven't started a door somewhere, they should give his money back.
And they're the ones that told him it was Ameritech.
Hold on.
The problem with Winchester is they do not do anything by personal names. Like, I can't call.
That's not
Winchester.
a problem. They wouldn't know your name anyhow.
Glenn,
we get
I understand that. I understand. But here's the thing. Deputy Doc, if you don't feel comfortable calling Ameritech, I'll have Mark call them. But we have to hold we have to ask Ameritech, if that door's 90% done, can you at least get us a number or something to verify it with Winchester?
Well,
or did they go some?
It's not Winchester. That's the problem, according to this guy. Winchester will not build that.
No, but I thought Glenn was saying.
No.
See, Mark?
They're just having it's not a standard door, and I guess the 40 inches wide is what makes it a custom door. I did not know that.
But what did they say? Did they say they could eventually do that door?
Yes, but they said that they had to be in touch with Ameritech to let them know about the problem on the width of the door.
Who is the rep in Colorado?
That I don't know, but
here's what really sucks. And I don't think Scott and Brian Brill are trying to cheat this guy, but they surely suck, okay? And I'll tell you why they suck. Because they don't communicate with their customer. They could really answer all of this poor man's questions. Like, listen, Ameritech can't build, Winchester can't build it, so we have to go somewhere else. Or Winchester says it's going to take this long or that long, but they won't. All they told Deputy Doc was no refunds. It's 90% done.
I'm going to have Suzanne reach out and see if they can't come on.
Yeah, let them come on, because Ameritech, right now, you're pretty sucky right now. What is their phone number up there, Glenn, at Ameritech?
Hold on. Let's try to get them on first.
Yeah, it's kind of pissing me off. Hold on. We'll come right back.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Really not too bad out there. Just a couple slow spots. A disabled vehicle northbound I-25 at Thornton Parkway. It's got you stop and go from 84th, adding about 5 minutes onto your drive. And still seeing some volume southbound Pena coming out of the airport as well, from Tower Road down to Green Valley Range Boulevard. Otherwise, I-70, I-270, and I-225 all looking pretty good right now. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Mostly cloudy today, mid-50s for the high. Snow likely tonight. We'll get down to 23. Snow continuing tomorrow. High of 33, and Wednesday mostly cloudy, 38. Right now it's 51. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
Whether it's freshly cut, bought at a nursery, or just unboxed from Home Depot, putting up a Christmas tree is just commonplace this time of year. But why do we haul an evergreen into our living room? Be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, one of the people I trust for retirement, and they can help you with all assets, or all aspects, of retirement. You may have different annuities, IRAs, you may have a pension plan, a 401k, you may have other things, bank accounts. Those things are elements of a retirement plan. But do you have a plan put together? That's what they do. They help to go over the main pillars of retirement to make sure that you're set for life with income, investments, taxes, health care, and your legacy. They will sit down with you as many times as it takes for you to feel comfortable. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211. rpcenter.com. They're sponsors of this show. And yes, they're helping me as well. 970-663-3211. O'Brien Legal Services. Man, is that an important name to remember, because they do real estate law, and you've heard all kinds of problems on this show from people who go through real estate transactions or try to settle disputes without an attorney. You need a real estate attorney, someone who knows real estate, and that's O'Brien Legal Services, or olslaw.com, 720-370-7388, olslaw.com.
Guys.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
We're actually on that. Don't go to that question for Joe for a minute. We're actually calculating how much he would get. He's having Jordan do it.
Okay. Got it. You know, that guy was a little misleading when he said they make that door all the time.
He didn't know. I truly believe he was just ignorant. He didn't ask any right questions.
I agree with you.
I mean, the main question he should have asked is it backordered? He didn't even ask.
I think he was just confused.
Cornfused, that is. Cornfused.
Hey, do me a favor, make this numbers on the annuity, okay? I just had a call on the radio here. I'm sitting here with Mark, age 57, and he wants to put in $120,000 lump sum. How much of an income will he get?
In 10 years.
In 10 years, within, let's say 10 years, income stream. Guaranteed, okay, guaranteed for life. Okay, including the bonuses and all that, okay? Okay, call me, just send me the numbers. Right?
Quick,
because we got to do it. Yeah, okay, he'll do it. How much did they tell the guy he was going to get?
$2,800, which there's no way. There's no anything I have done in research, right. It's not there. Now, I've done it to where it's just me or just her, using our ages, or both of us. That usually, either or can die in the other. Right. That's usually the least amount of money.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because it's guaranteeing two people.
Right.
But I've done it every which way, and with $100,000, and I'm only 50.
Right.
I'm using the age of 50, and then start taking it at 60. I'm looking at $600-700 a month, guaranteed.
Right.
Guaranteed. I have no idea how they came up with $2,800.
Yeah. Unless they're actually.
But if it's true, it's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. I'll let you know here.
I mean, that's like, so for a cost of $100,000, you could double almost the highest Social Security in 10 years.
Right.
That's unbelievable.
Right. See,
that's what I was thinking, because I do, honest to God, Joe, I do 500 or $1 million right now, if that's fucking true.
Sure. Well, here's the thing about annuities, Mark, and this is what I'm trying to get a hold, make sure that Tom understands. The annuities have different parts, okay? One of them is the upfront money, okay? They call that the account value. This is where the 15% bonus that we give goes in there.
Of your greatest wealth building program, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Learn how to optimize your wealth and bottomize your risk. 9 a.m. Saturday, 6:30 KHOW.
In need of a full auto service from a name you know and trust? Then pay a visit to Fairway Auto Service, the fully insured, family-owned local business helping you since 1994. Visit Fairway Auto Service, 8550 South Valley Highway in Englewood.
Rosetta Stone, where language is learned. RosettaStone.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Did Sue's call? She left a message for Ameritech. Okay, so let's go on to Ray. He has a problem with a rhino liner, and I love rhino lining if it's done right. Some people call it rhino lining, and that's actually a trade name, and it's actually a rubberized spray-on coating. So, Ray, are we talking about the trade name rhino?
I believe so. They've been advertising all over the radio for the last month or so about a special where you get an estimate, and if you decide to go with them, you get 10% off, and they have it done to your home sometime early next year.
Wait, done to your home?
Yes, exactly. They've been advertising.
No, wait. Are you talking about? You're talking about rhino liner like on the bed?
There's rhino siding I've heard of.
Well, this is rhino lining paint. Not paint, but they paint your home. It has a lot of characteristics that paint doesn't have. Insulation process. It's a lot tougher, more durable. It's fireproof.
Here's what it says. It's hold on, man.
Approximately, from what he told me, twice as much to paint a normal house. And I contacted him a little over 2 weeks ago. We had a nice conversation. He said someone would contact me to come and do an estimate, and I've left 3 more messages, and it's like, well, you're advertising, but nobody would call me to set up an estimate.
Well,
what is special? Tell me what this is supposed to be. This rhino paint.
It's called Rhino Shield. It says it's more durable than traditional paint. 25-year coated warranty, waterproof, soundproof, reflects 92% of the sun, R7 insulated rated, and Class A fire rated. It's paint.
But it also has something in it. I've heard of this before. It's been on. Listen, let me explain something. The name Rhino Shield. I don't know if it has any relation to rhino lining. I don't know.
It does. It says Rhino Shield of Colorado is a official Rhino Shield dealer. I think it's all the same product.
No, Rhino Lining is the name of the pickup truck stuff. Here's what I'm getting at. It just might be a coincidence, but it's supposed to be like, I forget what they call it, some kind of plastic in it. But this has been marketed over the years in many different kinds of ways. It's not necessarily, I don't know. God, did they say it's like a 20-year paint or something?
25 warranty.
25 is what they state.
Yeah, but they're not going to be around. There were paints like that before that tried to do this, and they never stick around. Never. They're never around, and they're so expensive. I actually don't know if it could be a good deal. I don't know, and I don't know how great it is. How long has it been around?
That's a good question. All I know is this. They saturate the radio stations with all types of advertising. I mean, I hear it every day listening to different radio shows. But I just wanted to get an estimate to see if it was worth twice the money.
They say, listen, they say that they have tested this for 25 years. Will not crack, chip, or peel. 25 years. I mean, this is Rhino Shield.
They've never had a claim on any type of hail damage, and not that they say it's fireproof. I mean, this is what they say. Okay. So I was intrigued. I wanted to know. I don't plan on moving in the next 20 years or more. I'm retired, and I thought maybe if it's worth
it's a ceramic coating. That's what they call it. They call it a ceramic coating. Listen.
I wonder what the hell you do if you got to touch it up.
Mark, I had this done to my house years ago, okay? It wasn't Rhino Shield. It was the exact same claims and the exact same information. And they called it ceramic. And they called it, everything you're seeing here, I saw, and I had it done to. I believe I had it done to my house. I really did, and I remember thinking, is this really going to work? And was it a good paint job? Yes, it was. But I don't think it's worth twice as much. I might be wrong. I mean, I don't know. I look
at. All I wanted was an estimate, and I'm just frustrated because I've left 3 more messages. They're still advertising, and I can't get a phone call.
Well,
back.
They're doing you a favor, man.
Yeah, they are. They're letting you know that if they won't even do this for you, what are they going to do as far as warranty?
Look at a paint called, listen, man, look at an outdoor paint, God, called Aurora, or it's Aura or Aurora, I forget, and it's made by Benjamin Moore, and it's top-notch, and it lasts forever. It's great stuff. And then call Steve the painter or one of the painters on our referral list. And, in fact, they can probably give you a bid, too, on whatever product you're talking about. They don't care what they put on your house if you want it, but they'll apply it properly.
Hold on just a second. I got to get a pen and write this down. Hold on.
Yeah, Suze will give it to you off the air, okay? Hold on. Suze will give it to you off the air. 303-713-8255. Steve the painter is Star Quality Painting, by the way.
Hey,
That's
and
what
we've got that number for line 2. We ran it during the break.
So, Mark, ask your question. We'll come back and answer it. Go ahead, Mark.
Hello. Hi, Joe. Mark White down Pagosa Springs. I've dealt with you before.
That's
How
right.
are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, Mark. Thank you for calling in.
Now, what do you want to know, Mark?
Tom, last week you had another company on talking about annuities, and they said $120,000 would provide $3,500 a month after 10 years. That's my question. I personally thought that was a miscalculation. We were all shocked by it. I don't think it was 35. I think it was more like 31 or 32.
I thought they said 28, but I still thought that was high.
It was still high. It was around $3,000, Mark.
It was $3,500, though. Yeah, it was $3,500. I remember it.
Are you the one that called?
Well, listen, we did the calculation, and after this break, we're going to tell you what Joe says.
All right, let's do it right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
We are dealing with some slow speeds out there and a closure in the Del Mar Parkway area. Both directions of Havana shut down between 10th and Del Mar Parkway due to a water main break. You can use Dayton instead in that area. Repairs may take most of the day. A disabled vehicle northbound I-25 at Thornton Parkway. That as you stop and go now from I-76, blocking the right lane, adding 10 minutes onto your commute. And slow speed southbound Pena from Tower down to Green Valley Ranch. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy, mid-50s today. Snow expected tonight down to 23. Snow tomorrow, 33. Right now, it's 51. With your impact traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
When we think of Christmas movies, we think of reindeer, angels, Santa, and sappy small-town romances. What if I told you a Chicago area maintenance man wrote one of the latter? Be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, when we talk about retirement or we talk about older age, one of the things we talk about is reverse mortgages. Now, listen, reverse mortgages have gone through an upheaval with the interest rates where they are, but some people still want to get rid of their house payment, and they almost always have enough equity to do that if they're 62 or older, even 55 in some cases. So what you need to do is call Empower Reverse Mortgage. They'll never steer you wrong. They'll talk to you about your situation, and if a reverse loan will work for you. And that's getting rid of your house payment or just an emergency line of credit. EmpowerReverse.com, 720-500-7719, 720-500-7719.
Michael Brown here for Integrity Health Advisors. Does your
Turn that on. Rhino house painting. I don't know, man. This FICO score, Jesus Christ, every time. Did our YouTube go off? I got to go to the gym today. I am so, man, I've been so sore that I haven't been going. But
That's YouTube.
Yeah, I think I'm off the YouTube right now. So if it gets to be too snowy, it's not going to start till after tomorrow, right? You going to be here tomorrow?
Early morning.
Oh, you don't come Tuesday anyway.
It's going to start sometime around midnight tonight, supposedly.
Midnight?
Mm-hmm.
So $22.71 for 120.
$22.71, yeah.
So you don't have to go to studio tomorrow.
And that it doesn't matter if you live to 100 or 500.
No, it goes for the rest of your life. Till the day.
Is there any what's the cost of what? So that's 120 out of pocket to guarantee that.
To guarantee that.
And then, if you wanted cost of living increase, how does that work?
You have to just add it to it. You have to. Wouldn't calculate that, but it's an additional fee for that rider.
And it's 1% a year.
About 1% a year.
So it'd be $1,200 a year that you got to send into them.
No, not out of the monthly payment or the yearly payment, out of the account value. See, the account value.
Oh, okay. So 120. So at the end of.
Let me just give you this. You see, the account value, the one that Jordan did here. Okay, the account value at the end of 10 years becomes $363,458. So he puts on 120, and that multiplies to $363,458.
Because I ordered some shit.
That's the account cash. Okay, they can take out 10% of that.
They don't give a shit.
If they have an income, they have that moving part that I told you about, the income base they call it, which grows at a different rate, guaranteed, and it compounds 5% every year for 10 years. That's 50%.
Yes,
so that income base
fraud about
becomes $545,186, and that's what the company will calculate the yearly payout.
I don't get a chance to talk about
$200 payout for the rest of the client's life.
So, but that if you did the 1% for the cost of living increase,
comes out of the $363,000.
Correct.
Every year.
Comes out of that. Okay.
Out of the account value.
Out of the account value.
Right, which is a lot less, Mark, than people are paying on their 401ks or IRAs anyplace else.
Well, yeah, if you're.
They differ, I've seen them as high as 4 to 5% fees. You're talking about, a quarter of a percent, basically.
So, but if this person in this scenario croaked in 9 years, what is his?
They get the account value, whatever that is.
Okay, so the bonus wouldn't be there, or some of it.
No, it will. Yeah,
it wouldn't fully.
It will be almost like 90% vested.
I got you. Yeah. Okay.
And 4 days and accepted the best one. Call the agent that I trust. Call Gay Ribble of Empower Home Team Keller Williams Realty at 833-453-SOLD. 833-453-SOLD. That's 833-453-SOLD. Online, gay spelled G-A-Y-E, gayhasthebuyers.com. That's gayhasthebuyers.com.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Coming up, it didn't take long for big-name Democrats to turn on Kirsten Sinema. That plus Twitter releases all the inside information about the decision to ban Trump. That plus Steve King on the Joe Pags Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Mark called in with a question. He said, let's compare this. The guys that the other week talked about income, Joe ran some numbers. What happens if you put $120,000 away for 10 years? On today's scenario with the annuities, go ahead, Joe.
Well, Mark, I can tell you that the account value with our annuity, at the end of 10 years, it will be worth $363,458. That's the lump sum, and your yearly payout. Okay, it's $27,259 a year. $27,259.
So about $2,300 a month.
And if you ever needed to have long-term care, the company will pay out your yearly payment, which will be like $54,519 to take care of you if you need home health care, assisted living, nursing home, etc.
Yeah, I remember that part, and I don't remember that other company offering that either, too. So
Probably
would
not.
that be part of the difference?
That's part of the benefits, right? You get it all inclusive.
That's part of the difference.
With our annuity.
what Mark is asking, Joe, is it possible that an annuity without a long-term care option could maybe the return would be a little higher for monthly income?
Yes. Exactly.
I think it would. I mean, if you don't have any of the other benefits, then you wouldn't have the bonus, you wouldn't have the guaranteed income stream, and you wouldn't have the long-term care assistance that you may need in the future.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's pretty, the payout.
You're always sacrificing something for something, right, Joe? I mean, if you get a bonus, you're going to sacrifice something. If you get a cost of living, you're going to sacrifice something. If you get long-term care rider, you're going to sacrifice something, right?
That's right.
But that's why you sit down and talk to them about their needs.
That is right. So, I mean, one annuity will not fit everybody. So that's why we have...
Can you contribute? Can you contribute as you go along?
You can.
In the 10 years?
You can. Absolutely.
Yes, you can contribute more. But once you turn on the income, you can't.
That is right.
Okay, we're out of time. And thank you for being here, Joe Cano, mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600. Don't forget referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. And call 303-MARTINO for help anytime.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. Leland Conway is next on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.